Hey guys, it's been a really long time since I made a video on this channel, and honestly, I don't even know if this is the most appropriate place to put this, but it's the only YouTube account that I have the login for other than my own, which leads to a cesspool of random bullshit. But here's this. One of the things that has changed since I last posted a video on this channel is that I self-published a book. It's gone absolutely nowhere. But that's okay. It's something that I wanted to do, and it's something that I always told myself I was gonna do, and I went ahead and I did it, and that's all that matters. And it's really fun, and it's been kind of interesting, and I'm kind of thinking about doing another one. But something that my best friend and I have been doing is going back to 2007 and reading a fan fiction that I wrote way back in the day when I was 14 years old about Tokio Hotel, and more specifically about Bill Kaulitz from Tokio Hotel. I had the world's largest crush on him when I was a teenager, and this is not, I feel like I should put a disclaimer here, this is not me shitting on like the things that this story was to me when I was a teenager, or the people that I met through it, because I met a lot of people through it. It was weirdly popular for some reason, and some of those people are still very good friends of mine that I wouldn't have met otherwise, so I can't be too mad at this story. But Jesus Christ, is it a trip? Danny, my best friend, and I have been for months now going back, and like, he has a job that includes him being on his computer a lot and just needing background noise, so I have been reading it to him. And we are in like the 130s, I want to say. It's 180 chapters long, just to kind of give you a hint here on what you're looking at. But he and I were talking, and he thought it would be hilarious to let everybody get a look at where I have been with the writing. Going back and looking at the way I wrote 11 years ago. It's kind of fun. It's very, very edgy teenager. I gotta warn you on that. So, without further ado, I would like to read to you the very first chapter of Liebe ist Bill Kaulitz fanfiction. It is hot garbage. I am sorry. I hope this does not make you think any differently of me. I'd like to point out the story starts off very, very strong. I think it is very crucial to hook your readers on your first sentence, and I think I nailed it. The first sentence of this story is, rockstarism, meet Aaliyah Dieterich. Aaliyah Dieterich, meet your doom. Hook, line, and sinker. Like, it's just perfect. Well, I'm Aaliyah Dieterich. You say my name, Aaliyah. I don't know why I had to clarify that. I hate it. I really want to get it changed, but I'm not allowed to do that yet, as I am only 17 and just turned. I'm this young, and I'm already famous with my band across the world. I've seen my face in various places, especially on YouTube, and the videos are in multiple languages. It's very enjoyable sometimes, but I never thought I'd be mobbed for being famous. In Brazil. We're a band called Traumatic, and like I just complained about, we are world famous. So, my bandmates go as follows. Taya is the bassist, Kyla is the guitar player, and Valerie is the drummer, who always complains she has the least cool name. I've known her and Taya since I moved to the sleepy suburb of Webster in New York. It was a suburb of the much larger city, Rochester, which is why it says we're from there on every available website. I met Kyla in 5th grade in the very same little sleepy place in the world. We are the biggest there, too, because we're from there. But that's a tangent. The 4 of us are best friends, and I could never be closer with anybody other than them. It's a lie, because she gets close with Bill Kaulitz over the next 179 chapters. Taya is my hair dyeing buddy, my musical mirror, the person that I have 10 million inside jokes with, at least, and my very closest friend in the entire world. When we met, I hated her. I pretended to like her, and then I learned that she was the most amazing person in the world. That is a rude way of actually the way that I met the girl that I based Taya on. All these people are based on real people. Tokio Hotel is obviously very real, and Aaliyah's band is very much my friends from high school. I didn't know who else to put, so obviously Aaliyah was me, because duh, obviously I was writing self-insert fanfiction because, wow. But yeah, I would rather not say who these people actually are because I'm not even friends with most of them anymore. But Taya and I are still very good friends. And God, I hope she doesn't watch this because this is humiliating. She knows all about this, but I would... Taya, if you're watching this, I am so sorry. It was her and I who came up with this silly little band idea in the first place. It was in 6th grade, right after Christmas, and we were bored, and we joked about it, but then we made it a reality. That is also true. I remember being in 6th grade with this girl, and the two of us snuck back downstairs to play Neopets after her parents thought we had gone to bed, and for some reason, Twisted Roses came up as something on Neopets, and we're like, oh, that would be a really cool band name. And the two of us had just gotten into like My Chemical Romance and like all the 2000s emo rock that everybody was into back in the day, and we're like, yeah, we could totally be a band. She learned the bass, and I utilized the vocal talents that I've always had. A stupid idea turned into a giant thing. Everybody thinks we're going to be these pompous little Pop-Tarts. I like that phrase, actually. That's fun. And then we prove them incredibly wrong. Whenever her and I are together, there's basically nobody who isn't laughing or calling us idiots. Kyla is basically my clone, and that's not good. She copies everything that I could ever imagine doing, no matter what band I like, no matter what style of clothing I'm into, or what my latest hobby is. She absolutely insists on doing it. I mean, I understand she had a hard childhood. She was abused, and her parents abandoned her at 13 to live with her aunt. I get sick of her too easily. She wanted to be the backup singer, but we voted, and it came down to a 3-to-1 vote that it should be Taya. And it is, which I'm glad for, because she's better in every way. Kyla has no originality to her. I love her with all my heart and everything, but if this were Survivor, I'd vote her off first. Jesus, that is mean! Oh my god! No wonder this girl fucking stopped talking to me, because wow, that is mean! I remember being frustrated with her when we were younger, but wow, I put that on the internet, and people, I put her face on it, and if people knew her, they knew who it was. Oh, Kyla. Oh, wow. I haven't talked to her in years, and we did not end on a good note, but I'm still very sorry. Valerie. I love this girl. I met her at the exact same moment as I met Taya, and I, in a sense, stole her best friend a little bit. But the three of us are the closest, and we have the most fun together. She's fun to pick on because she tries all these ridiculous things. Like, she enjoys speaking French with her mouth full of food. Ridiculous, right? Oh my gosh. So random. She sounds ridiculous, but we all love her. Her and Taya together are the definition of insanity. The three of us together basically equals suicide. Right now, I'm sitting on our fairly sized tour bus, heading to New York City's John F. Kennedy International Airport to kick off our European tour. Taya is dyeing my hair as best she can while the bus is moving. I was going to redo the lime and black highlights, but I did that for the tour that we just wrapped up here. Now we're going to Europe and Asia for a release tour there. We just got big and already we're wanted worldwide. This is gonna drive me nuts for the next 10 years or so. Like, why are you whining about this? Why was I so jaded about something that wasn't even real? I got to wash out the color in my hair in the airport's bathroom sink because we ran out of time. We had to do it quickly before our plane left for Germany. I forgot which city we were flying into, but I know we have quite a few German shows. I also have no clue what band we're touring Europe and Asia with, but I hope they're cool. They have to be. We'll be together for 3 months. How do they think this worked? It's not like that. I can tell you that now. I've got friends in bands now, and it's just not like that. At all. We had to get airport security before we could even leave the friggin' bathroom. They realized it was Taya and I and assumed that Kyla and Valerie were nearby, and we got mobbed. So, to make us even less conspicuous, they got 10 security guys to come after we briefly said hello to the fans who were disappointed that we had to leave, but understood. We had the guards give out tickets that you could fill out for when we announced our next Americanada tour, which is what we called the tours in America and Canada, which distracted the mob of people while we escaped through the gate 20 feet away. That's not how that works. Finally, as soon as we were all settled onto our plane with our manager, we began our God only knows how long of a flight to Germany. Apparently Expedia or anything did not exist in 2007, which I know is a lie. I just apparently never looked that up. Whatever. About 3 hours into the flight, I was on my laptop talking to a few loose friends from back home when Kyla had the brain to ask the question that all of us should have asked as soon as we were told a week ago that we were going on this tour. So, Lisa, who are we touring with anyway? She asked, flipping between 2 Invader Zim episodes. That's how you know this was from 2007, because we were unironically watching Invader Zim. I was waiting for one of you to ask this. You're going to be touring with a band from Magdeburg, Germany. They are called Tokio Hotel, and they consist of Bill Kaulitz, Tom Kaulitz, Georg Listing, and Gustav Schaefer. Bill and Tom are twins, and they're 18. Georg is 20, and Gustav is 19. They're amazingly nice guys. Bill organized the tour because he's a huge fan of you girls, and has recently gotten the other 3 into you. But he's been a big fan ever since the first single hit Europe. When he heard we were looking into doing a European tour, he got into contact with us personally, and told us that he loves you girls, and wondered if him and Tokio Hotel could take you out on it. We agreed for you, Lisa explained, pulling out her laptop. Obviously, Bill Kaulitz is my biggest fan. I looked at Taya. I feel bad. This guy is a big fan of us, and I've never even heard of his band. Well, then come here. I have their latest music video pulled up. I was gonna show it to you before we landed, because I figured you didn't know. Lisa grinned as she clicked on a video link on YouTube. A page loaded, and across the top of a video square read Tokio Hotel, Obersende der Welt. Obviously it's a German one. I didn't even know if they had released anything in English. And the fact that I'm nitpicking that means that somewhere deep down inside I am still this 14-year-old girl. Oh boy. What the heck? Is that Jared Leto? I asked as soon as a male started singing in army drag. Jared Leto was in a band I like called 30 Seconds to Mars, and the guy singing looked just like Jared Leto. His hair and face matched Jared Leto perfectly. Bill Kaulitz looks nothing fucking like Jared Leto. Nope. That one's Bill. Later in the video, he looks more like his own person. His hair is usually done up in some weird, crazy fashion of sorts, Lisa explained. The video drew on, and by the last chorus, I was bouncing and dancing. I really like these guys, and I'm shocked I've never heard of them before. Clearly, we're just fans of each other. Oh boy. Okay, well, it's safe to say that Aaliyah likes them, judging by her crabby dance moves, and if she does, then Taya does too. I think they're okay, even if I don't understand a word of what they're saying. Kyla? Valerie asked after the video finished. I think they're decent. I don't like them. I don't hate them, Kyla said, hurrying back over to the couch so as not to be bothered. We're all so emo in this. And we were in high school, and I think I tend to minimize in my mind just how bad that was. But this is pretty on point. This is who we were. Can we see a picture of them? Because the video was at kind of strange angles, Taya asked, leaning her head onto my shoulder. I was 5'10", and she was about 5'8", so I was her permanent headrest. Lisa adapted a skeptical face as she clicked onto her desktop, where a fitted picture of the same band was set as the wallpaper. I scanned the boys in the picture and stopped at the 3rd one. Okay, am I going to be the only one who thinks that Bill is incredibly cute? I asked more than willingly. Oh my god. Yes, Taya and Valerie said at the same time, which was in tune with when Lisa turned around to look me in the eyes. No cross-band relationship, Missy, she warned me already. Why not? I exclaimed my question just loud enough to make Kyla turn around from the TV for a second. Because it just wouldn't be a good idea. If you two date, I see multiple issues with it, which wouldn't be good because you live 14 hours away by plane. Apparently now I know how long it takes. Okay. Besides, if you break up, things might be really awkward, especially if you find a way around the distance barrier. If you date for long enough, things can get strange, and we can't afford to have you guys having a falling out with Tokio Hotel. They're basically the Fall Out Boy of Germany. Oh my god. They're basically the Fall Out Boy of Germany, and they're pretty big all over Europe and Asia. If they don't like you, Europe and Asia probably won't like you, and you'll lose half your fan base. Besides, they can bring you all over the place. Who else would go on tour with you if you don't go on tour with Tokio Hotel? The only other big German band even remotely close to your genre of music is Rammstein. I pray to God that I did not at any point include Rammstein in this fanfiction. And they're music giants. We tried contacting them, but they never even wrote us back. I don't want things to get weird, and I don't want you guys to lose out on money, Lisa explained herself in a very worked up manner. I'd obviously sent her into a frenzy. But Lisa, I tried, but she stopped me. Aaliyah, going out with Bill Kaulitz would never work out and would jeopardize the success of your band. That's not what you want. Date any rock star you want to in America, but you will not be dating Bill Kaulitz while you're in this band, and that's final. So, I crossed my arms in a huff, grabbed my laptop, and moved to the back of the plane and sat looking up Tokio Hotel songs until I fell asleep. Oh my lord. This is a lot. I don't have words. And I think it's good that I still have this. And my best friend certainly still thinks that it's good that I still have this because I routinely read it to him while he's working. And he just stops working sometimes to just laugh at me, at this, at all of this, at everything, at me, largely at me. I am thoroughly embarrassed. And I am even more embarrassed that I'm sharing this, but I'm going to because laughing at yourself is good. And objectively, this is kind of hilarious. It definitely makes me appreciate myself and where I am now. I might be a goblin stuck in a dumpster fire, but at least I'm not still 14, writing Tokio Hotel fanfiction, self-insert fanfiction, with all of my friends, living out this weird fantasy life. This story gets very personal. It gets very private. I don't know why I published it on the internet. I don't know why I thought anybody would ever want to read this, but apparently they did. And it was a very large story, and a lot of people read it. I've got a full folder of people who just photoshopped is a strong word, but they photoshopped pictures of me next to Bill Kaulitz because I never actually fucking met Bill Kaulitz. I was waiting for the day that I did so that I could make that photo that I took with the band into a banner to be like, ha, see, Aaliyah's real, this story's real, my life is cool, so that I could pretend that I wasn't 14 sitting alone in my bedroom all the time writing fanfiction instead of being a well-adjusted human being. So, I thank you for coming along on this enlightening journey. I promise the story that I already put on Amazon is much better than that. And I promise that the one that I'm working on right now is much better. Yeah, hopefully you don't think any less of me. I know I certainly do. So, yeah, see you later.